I'd like to call this meeting to order at 9:04 a.m. This is Corey McCray, Senator for the 45th Legislative District, but also Chair of the Baltimore City Senate delegation. Just want to say welcome to our virtual weekly bill hearing. I'd like to recognize my colleagues who I'm joined at this moment by. I'm joined by Senator Mary Washington, Senator from the 43rd Legislative District. I'm also joined by Senator Bill Ferguson, Senator from the 46th Legislative District, and momentarily we will be joined by Senator Antonio Hayes and Senator Charles Sidnor. Currently joining us also is Senator Jill Carter, Senator from the 41st District. Today we will only have one bill hearing, but we also have 5 bills which were heard last week that will be voted on. Just to make sure that we move expeditiously, we're going to start the bill hearings. And the first bill that we are going to hear is Senate Bill 914, Sheriff of Baltimore City, is a bill that I'm introducing. And what this would do is give collective bargaining rights to our sheriff for the Baltimore City at this moment. Today, I'm joined by Sam Cogan from the Sheriff's Department. I'm also joined by Frank Boston, and I'm going to let Sam start.
Great. So thank you, Senator, and thank you for the other senators for allowing us to testify. I'm going to be very brief and say that the sheriff and management at the sheriff's office is in support of this bill. We believe that collective bargaining is necessary for us in our organization. And I can answer any technical questions about that when it's question time. And I'm going to let Frank take it away if that's all right with you, Senator McCray.
Please.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I'm Frank Boston III. I'm here on behalf of the State Fraternal Order of Police, of which the Baltimore City Sheriff's Lodge is a member. This bill is actually a product of last year's work that really didn't get to a vote because of the COVID pandemic. It's all parties had come together. Initially, the Department of Budget and Management had some issues. The city had some language, but we worked it all out, and there's, I believe, no opposition. And in fact, the city of Baltimore is supportive, like Sam said, along with the management and of course the FOP. It is not binding arbitration or anything like that. It's basic collective bargaining rights for however long they will be. Yeah. And with that, I'll submit and ask for a favorable. Thank you.
Thank you. First, just so that my colleagues recognize, the city is not on the call at this moment, but I did talk with the mayor's office and they said that they are in support. I asked them what this fiscal impact would be. I think that they said maybe an extra person over at the labor commissioner's office, but I see that there are questions. I'll start with Senator Bill Ferguson.
I'll yield to Senator Washington.
Yeah, because thank you. My question is just a basic. How does it work now? How do you determine salaries and working conditions now? Just briefly, so I can understand the change.
So right now we're not under a collective bargaining agreement, and if we want to change the salary, it's set statutorily. So we have to come in front of this body and set it. There's a cap that caps us at a grade. The different salary grades that the Senate would have, and says that the state employees would have, and then the city can pay us no less than that amount. But you know, we've been sort of stuck in that route, and as a result, the salaries comparing us with the police agencies that are operating in Baltimore City are much lower.
And just as a follow-up, are you the only sheriff's department that's in this position, say, compared to the other jurisdictions? Is Baltimore City unique in the way that it currently negotiates contracts and working conditions?
Yeah, I can answer that, Senator. I can speak especially for the large departments. Yeah, Baltimore City is the only one without collective bargaining.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much, Chairman.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Ari, I don't know if you wanted to say anything. Are you good?
No, thank you, Frank. Mr. Chairman, nothing further to add, just here in support of the bill. Thank you.
Yeah.
Senator Ferguson.
Just a quick follow-up. So the sheriff's office is in sort of the weird nether zone of kind of semi-state, semi-local. Is it FOP or SLEOA that would be the collective bargaining agency? It would be FOP because they are a local agency.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
So to jump
Okay.
in, we're entirely funded by the city of Baltimore. So since it's city funds, it would not be SLEOA.
So it would be a local agency.
But I also want to say, being a union rep and having some experience here, it's whoever the bargaining unit
Oh, that's right. Whoever they choose.
as their,
That's right.
so like they could always pick SLEOA, they could pick whoever wants to represent and the folks that want to be represented by.
Got it.
Got it.
Yeah, I assume it's going to be the FOP, but that is just an assumption. We know that they were working with the firm of Belsky and Weena, Mike Davey, Herb Davis, to help formulate the bill.
But just to, if I could.
Please, Senator Washington.
So we're just authorizing the workers to determine who their collective bargaining agent is, right? So we're not, that's what we're.
Or if they even want to bargain, so that we assume that they want to bargain, but they have to 30-some%, 51% actually agree that they even want to bargain. So
Got it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any more questions? Seeing no further questions, that ends the bill hearing for Senate Bill 914. Now we'll go into voting. On the voting list, it looks like we have several bills. The one is, and I know that this is, and Senator Hayes is joining us at this moment, Senate Bill 752. And I know that in past weeks, a couple weeks, so I'm going to defer to the body. First of all, I think that we wanted to make sure that we get all the amendments during a certain time. Wednesday at 3:00 is what we were asking for. So this amendment was emailed late to us this morning, came to our body. So I'm going to defer to the body. If they've had enough time to review the amendments, if you want to move forward with Senate Bill 752, I just asked Lisa for delineated versions so that I can actually see what the amendment does with it inside of the bill. And
Mr. Chairman.
yes,
Can
Senator Ferguson.
I just suggest that we maybe make it the last bill that we vote on so we can skim it?
Perfect. All right, perfect. So we'll move on to Senate Bill 755. Now, Senator Hayes, I know that there are two amendments with this one, and more of a local liquor bill. So this is your bill specifically, and I guess it's your omnibus bill for the 40th district.
Yes, sir.
But are we doing one amendment, both amendments? And if we're doing one, which one are we doing?
Let me tell you the number of it, and that would be helpful. But we're doing one amendment. It's one page of amendments, but there's several amendments in it, and they should be all numbered. The amendment that you should be looking at is, I believe it's 8837231.
So for 755, I'm going to check with the body to see what they have. I have 363126, and I also have 236.
Yeah, I have
719.
36126/1.
You have which one?
For SB 755, I have 363-126/1.
Yep.
363.
So that was the one that was emailed out to the body on Wednesday. So that was with the agenda. You then sent, the one that was with the agenda was 237-23619. And then you sent out one, I believe, yesterday. So let's go to the next bill, let you get that straight, and then we'll figure that out.
That's good. Okay.
The next bill that we have is Senate Bill 783, once again yours, and I didn't see any amendments on this one.
Yeah.
Senator Hayes. So do you want us to vote this out in the posture that it was introduced?
Which one was that?
Senate Bill 783.
Yeah, no, there's no amendments to that.
There's no amendments on this one?
Okay.
Is
Move
there a motion?
favorable.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Seeing none opposed, seeing no questions, this bill is moved favorable. We'll move it on to committee. Senator Hayes, and a letter will go out today. The next one we'll move on to is Senate Bill.
Hey, Robert, which amendment should the?
You're not on mute, Senator Hayes. Let me put him on mute, y'all. Hold on for a second. All right, Senate Bill 786 is now up. There are two amendments for Senate Bill 786. We have the administrator, Lauren Thomas, on the call with us. Colleagues, there was an amendment that was emailed out in the Wednesday packet. I'm going to read the first one, and this was also sent out in two packets. So this was when we did the testimony last week and Wednesday when you sent it out. But this is amendment number 403-429. And what this amendment does is it changes the folks that are on, or adds people to this advisory committee that's supposed to be there. It also, and you can see that it's one representative from the Baltimore Police Monitoring, one representative from the Community Oversight. It makes sure that the date has the ability to happen on 2022's election in reference to the charter amendment that needs to happen, and also that's what it does. It changes for the charter amendment, and it also adds people to the advisory committee. I want to make sure that Lauren Thomas, I see on here, if you want to comment or say anything about amendment number 403-429.
Good morning, everyone. Yes,
Morning.
we are. Just wanted to note that we're still working with different community advocates. The bill, there will be possibly some amendments coming in the future, but so far we stand by the most recent amendment. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Yep. This is ready for prime time, I'm telling you.
Mr. Chairman, what are the other amendments that are potentially coming?
The second, I don't believe it's no other amendments that's potentially coming, Senator President. The second amendment is 883-727, and that's the amendment where we heard the testimony from the FOP last week. So we added one representative from the FOP and one representative from Vanguard.
Mr. Chairman, one more question.
Yes, sir.
I see another one. I'm sorry, I don't have these compiled today. What is the 23 to 21? Amendment 725.
I don't have 725.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm looking.
703, 725.
I never put in.
It's in the packet.
It can't be in the packet because we sent the packet. So this is Senate Bill 786. And if you want to, I can give you share screen options and you can
I'm sorry,
share.
Senator, I'm looking at 789. Sorry.
Yep. That's the Visit Baltimore bill. It's not.
Oh,
it's not.
sorry.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's
Just want to see if there's,
786.
see if there's any more questions in reference to these two amendments that we have in front of us for Senate Bill 786.
7.
So this is.
I'm gonna put you back on mute, Senator Hayes. Is it any questions? Senator Ferguson.
Sorry, thank you, Senator. So we have the one that adds the representatives, and then we have another one that adds, the second one is not included in the packet, was emailed separately. And that's the one that
adds the FOP. So one of them we had for 2 weeks. So the one that we had for 2 weeks adjusts the years, it takes care of the years, and it takes care of the advisory board from an advocate standpoint. There was testimony that was heard last Friday where the FOP came, said that they were opposing the bill, that they weren't a member of the advisory committee, and a number of different things. So we took it upon ourselves. We never got any type of written requests from the FOP. Let me make sure that that's known. So we took it upon ourselves to make sure that there's one member added from the FOP and one member added from Vanguard Justice Society, which is the African-American police officers group, to be on the advisory committee. And the mayor's office was good with that. And it was the mayor's office was good with that, who we're putting the bill on behalf of. Senator Washington.
Chair, what's the total number of people on the advisory committee? If you don't, and I'm sorry, I'm looking, I don't have it in front of me.
No problem. Lauren, if you wanted to answer that, but I'm about to start counting now. So I want to start with 2, Fraternal Order of Police, Vanguard, with the Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have 1 representative of the Baltimore Police Monitoring Team, which is 3. 1 representative from the Community Oversight Task Force, which will be 4. And then there is, I believe that there's a member from L Unit, but I'm about to tell you. The advisory board consists of the following members: the mayor of Baltimore City, 1 member of the Senate of Maryland who represents Baltimore City, appointed by the president of the Senate, 1 member of the House of Delegates who represents Baltimore City, appointed by the Speaker of the House, the Baltimore City Police Commissioner, the director of the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement of Directors Designee, the Chief Equity Officer of Baltimore City or the Chief Officer's Designee, 1 representative from the Baltimore City Police Monitoring Team, one representative from the Baltimore City Council, and 3 members with experience in criminal justice, police reform, or community policing, appointed by the mayor of the city of Baltimore.
So is that 13?
That's what I counted.
Okay. And so before it was 11?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so now they make up a little more than 10%? Okay. All right. And then just, could I clarify and ask Ms. Thomas, because just from a procedural perspective, and I know your assertion, Chairman, that there won't be any other amendments. I just want us to be clear that there aren't other amendments to be offered, because once it comes out, we would like this to be it. I just want to be clear.
I am texting. Yes, I am talking to Natasha right now, but I believe that Senator McCray is correct. There are no further amendments.
Very good. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to move the amendments.
Second.
A question just for clarity. And
Senator Hayes.
yeah, it's based off the conversation we had last week, and I never understood what the I think Bob Cherry was trying to raise an issue about it eliminated Title 16. I never, from the way I understood it, and tell me if I'm wrong in interpreting it, in eliminating the Title 16, it would convert collective bargaining back to the city. It doesn't do away with collective bargaining altogether, correct?
That's what I was instructed. I know that Director Mehy, even though she's not here, also had a conversation with the city solicitor, and that was the way he interpreted it too.
Right, because I think the way he was saying that it would get rid of collective bargaining altogether, I don't read it that way. The way I read it is that it would just transfer the authority to execute collective bargaining to Baltimore City as opposed to the state.
Yep. Senator Ferguson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think this is a really important question and an important distinction too, because this was something that I was confused about. And I think it's important for the broader context of this bill, that this bill, it says repeal and replace, but that is just repealing that one little section that changes the language of state of Maryland to city of Baltimore. Title 16 will still entirely exist. So I know there is a conversation about this being local control. All of the provisions in Title 16 would still be in place. State law will always have precedential value over local statute. And so while I know there's been a lot of talk about it being local control, the state, just as it is with any police department, would remain in a place, the police powers of the local jurisdiction are generated from the state constitution. So therefore, the state will always be in a place of regulating police powers in the state for every jurisdiction. So it's an important clarification. That idea that Title 16 goes away, I think, is inaccurate.
Thank you. So it's been moved, it's been seconded. The amendments have been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Seeing none opposed.
Move as amended.
The amendments 403-429/1 and 883-727 has been passed. Is there a motion?
Move the bill as amended favorably.
Second.
The bill has been moved by Senator Ferguson, and I believe it's been seconded by Senator Sidnor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Seeing none opposed, Senate Bill 786 has been is favorable as amended. Next, we'll move on to, and colleagues, we had Senate Bill 789 on the voter list, but we're going to hold that for a second. There was a technical amendment that still needs to work out with that. For those that may not know what 789 is, that's the Visit Baltimore Appropriation Calculation Bill. I'm going to go back up to Senate Bill 752, and we're going to deal with 752 and 783. Senator Hayes,
Can we do 755?
you want to do 755? What do you?
Yep. Yeah, the amendment, the amendment would be the one that was sent yesterday afternoon. And the number is 363126, as Senator Washington explained earlier, the one that she received. And if you
Say that again.
3631261.
Okay, I have that. Yep.
All right. And if you guys would like for me to explain this amendment, I'm happy to do so. Essentially, I've had conversations with Senator Sidnor. We had this is an omnibus 40th district bill. And so we're addressing all of the establishments in the district. It was brought to our attention by the chief of patrol that parts of our district that experience a large increase of homicides and shootings, part of it borders the 44th district. In conversation with Senator Sidnor and some of the stakeholders over there, it doesn't seem like they are prepared to move in the direction that we're moving in. And so this bill reflects the deletion. The confusion around the amendment was we had to remove any references to the 44th district out of here. And so this is entirely a 40th district bill. Also, originally we was identifying Carrot Space in the 400 block of Howard Street, which is an art gallery. We identified them as having a C license. Given further conversations with the stakeholders there, we changed it to a BD7 license with certain restrictions, among them including the requirement that they must have a signed MOU with the Downtown Partnership and the Market Center Merchants Association in order to execute it. And so those are the amendments that you have before you, and I move for a favorable adoption of those amendments.
Mr. Chairman, I'd second this, what looks like a 46th district liquor license amendment.
The bill has been moved by, the amendment has been moved by Senator Hayes and seconded by Senator Ferguson. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The amendment passes. There a motion?
Move favorable.
Is that a good thing? Second.
Good question.
The bill has been moved favorable as amended. Senate Bill 755, I believe it's been seconded by Senator Washington. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
One opposed? Senate Bill 755 passes as amended. We are now at our last bill, Senator Hayes, 752.
Got you. So this amendment is being offered by the administration. It is more of a Senator McCray and administration amendment than mine, but it changes the original bill that was submitted.
Hey, Senator Hayes, can you read the amendment number so that just to make sure everybody?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's amendment numbers 863-426. and it's Senate Bill 752.
Does everyone have amendment number? This, and just to comment on this, we asked for it to be sent out Wednesday at 3 so that everybody is clear, but this one came this morning. It should be in your email box. So,
Okay.
I saw this amendment fly out. Lisa, I can give you co-host ability if you wanted to share screen the delineated version, because that's what I looked at and it looks okay to me.
Okay, I can do that. Let me pull it up.
What am I doing?
Senator Hayes?
Yeah.
Everyone see that?
Yes.
Yeah, can you make it a little bit bigger for us there, Lisa? All right, so originally the bill as introduced switched the rule of 5, which currently the police commissioner has to go by the rule of 5 when it comes to promotions within the department. It attempted to change that from the rule of 5 to a rule of 20. So the commissioner will be able to look at a larger pool of individuals in considering for promotions within the department. After extensive discussion with the chair and the department, I believe they came to a conclusion that it, for whatever reasons, to change it from 20 to 25% of those that are calculated in that round. So the top, in the top or the highest positions, they'll be calculated, they'll take 25% of those who are on the list as opposed to just looking at the solid number 20. And so it depends on how many promotions there are, how many people on the list, and you would take a percentage of those as opposed to having a hard number of going up to 20. That's the major difference in this amendment. Any questions?
I'm gonna make a comment, Senator Hayes.
Right ahead.
First, I just want to thank
Senator.
I want to thank Senator Hayes for offering up his amendment, and but I also want to thank the Baltimore City Police Department. I was concerned in reference to the commissioner having totality and power in reference to these appointments, and I think that this strikes a balance. What happens is the number on these lists adjust. It could be 39, it could be 80. So when you have the number 20, that could be half the list, that could be 60% of the list, it could be whatever. And I think that it's a fine balance in reference to 25% being there. That way we know that there is a balance in reference to, it's not 5, but it's also a comfortable number for the commissioner to be able to, and the commissioner and his process to be able to pick through those folks. I want to see if there's any questions on the amendment.
Mr. Chairman.
Senator Ferguson.
Appears to be a great compromise. Move the amendment.
Is there a second? The amendment has been moved and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The amendment passes. Is there another motion?
Move the bills amended.
Is there a second? The bill has been moved favorable by Senator Ferguson and seconded by Senator Hayes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Seeing no questions, the bill is favorable. Colleagues, we have actually voted on all, we've heard all bills. We've also voted on everything. The only thing that we'll have for next week is just the sheriff's bill to vote on and the Visit Baltimore bill to vote on, and that will be our work until crossover. But at this moment, I'd like to stop and just see if there is anything that folks would like to say just for the good of the delegation.
I just want to thank the chairman for keeping us on track this way. And it's really nice to have our work done ahead of time. It's nice to, given all the other work we have to do as well. Of course, there are any surprises, but good going. Thank you. And all my colleagues, it's just continues to be great working with all of you.
I appreciate you, Senator Washington. Is there anything else?
No.
It looked like we're done our work in 35 minutes. So at this moment, is there a motion?
Move to adjourn.
Same.
It's been moved and seconded, now called the end of our hearing, 9:34. We had no, I was about to say apprentices, but pages this week, just to FYI you all. And we look forward to them joining us again next week. So you all have a blessed day and I'll see you on the floor.
Got it.